Hello, welcome to my channel. This is my Dare to Win save with Blackburn Rovers, currently second team that we've managed during the save. Since you were with us at the start of the season, we had quite a solid start. Lost away at Middlesbrough, and then away at home to Nottingham Forest. We didn't turn up in either of the games, not sure why, because we've been absolutely cruising up until then. I thought we got back on track then. We had a good win at home against Wolves, another good win at home against Sunderland. Tough games, neither game were easy. Went to Sheffield United in the Carabao Cup. I thought we were the better side for chunks of the game, but we lost 1-0. But no, nothing bad about that. You know, we made the third round and we've ticked the box as far as the board are concerned. Come back with a nice win against West Brom, and then we've drawn against bottom of the table Reading. So what that means is we're currently sitting fourth. Okay, so we were meant to be playing Stoke today, but Stoke have got players out on international duty, so the game's been moved. So we're now playing them a bit later on, but it's been quite a while since we were last here for the start of the season, so I thought we needed to touch base. So we're going to play Ipswich today, who are 17th, and then Bournemouth, who are 8th. So a bit of an easy game to start us off, and then a bit tougher against Bournemouth afterwards. Footballing wise, I don't know what it is about this team. Or about this club even. Okay, if we have a look at the finances, well, I haven't spent the transfer budget, because if I do then we lose our balance. Okay, so I'm conscious of that. I do try to keep clubs in a healthy position. The concern for me is, I suppose we have got money. We've not really got any debt. We've got nothing going out. We paid back all the loans as far as I could tell from that, even though this says until 35. All the interest is payable and all the monthly payments are done. So overall, really, we've got very little debt, but we don't seem to have a lot of money. So if I spent money, we'd lose. I mean, we've got 15 million, I guess. The other problem for me is everybody wants to move. They either want to move to a bigger club or play in a different division. And it's causing a little bit of grief for the club atmosphere. Yeah, so, and of course, players are then unhappy because, I mean, Bichiabu, he's not going anywhere. You know, DeFeo maybe could. Robinson, he's on loan. Henrique wants to move to a bigger club. He's not even getting in our first team at the minute. You know, I mean, if he was banging in 30 goals a season and whatnot, I'd agree with him. Vergara had some offers for him. They weren't nowhere near enough, but he's thrown the toys out of the pram because he wanted to go to Hertha Berlin or something, and I refused their offer of like £4 million for a player who's, you know, yeah, and he agreed that figure. It's not a figure I've just plucked out of thin air, so I don't sell him. He actually agreed that was reasonable. Agreed. This guy, he's not a bad player. He just doesn't ever seem to be in my plans. You know, I just don't ever pick him. So I need to maybe look at that a bit. Gordon, don't want to lose him. Nonto, I would if a team would pay his money, because then he'd fund me to buy. I could buy 3 or 4 players to replace him with. So, you know, and have money left over. And Clarkson, I really don't want to lose Clarkson. He's one of my main guys. I know he's not playing great this season at the moment, but he is a good player, so I don't want to lose him. He's my main midfield. And, you know, the midfield hasn't really changed a lot since day one. I'm not rotating them much. That they're staying fit. The games are nicely spaced at this moment in time. Ellertson, I've been ranting about this guy since day one, haven't I? He's already at Premiership standard, and he's sometimes in the games you can just see the quality in the guy. Playing really well. Really, really happy with that. So yeah, Ipswich away. It's not going to be an easy game, guys. I know they're 17th. We've just drawn 0-0 with the bottom club. I'm really struggling to score goals. Again, my top goal scorers have got 4. Nonto's been injured, so he's only just come back from that. He should be fit enough to play. Do I want to change things around and bring him in? Probably not at the moment. I'll probably get him second half. I'm persevering with Joel. Reason being, I know I touched in the last episode about his goal scoring. Should it, you know, 68 and 50, 60 and 52. I know the level, but you've still got to take your chances. You know, if he wasn't a goal scorer, he'd have 10 or 15 goals here, not 60. And he's always sort of chucking goals in and making promising to look good, but his average rating and that. I mean, the first season we had him, he 7 goal contributions from 19 games. That's manageable. I could do that, but now we're down to 3 from 8, and he just doesn't look like scoring. He's so wasteful in front of goal at the moment. But I am trying to persevere with him because, I want him. I need a 30-goal player, and I really do think with his stats and his pace and everything else, his strength, this could be the guy. So yeah, we'll stick with him for the short term, see what happens. So the team today, there's Bonsu's in goal. Okay, I am rotating them around. Carlson's just come back from international duty, so I'm going to rest him today, even though he is my number one choice really. Bonsu is playing really well. Elliots and Phillips, Vergara, Medeiros across the back four. Brings back memories of last season. That was my main starting lineup last season. Phillips, well, chuffed with Phillips. He didn't want to leave. He's had offers again this last transfer window, which I refused, and he's not throwing the toys out. He's quite happy. He's enjoying being at the club, which is what it's about. Clarkson's playing a deep line playmaker. Hansen's playing advanced playmaker in the midfield with an attacking mentality, and Bordadagu, yeah, that's probably it then. He's my ball-winning midfield player in a defensive role. I've got to be careful with him because he has a tendency to get sent off. I don't think he's even really picked up a booking this season yet, so fingers crossed. Then Teklik out wide left, Gordon wide right, with Joel persevering up front. So that's the team for today. I know we've got too many that's carry over for the Carabao Cup. So yeah, things are going well on the pitch. Like I said, I'm hoping for promotion this season, or at least a good challenge for it, and get through the playoffs if we must. But yeah, we need to show up tonight, and normally when you guys are watching, we don't. But yeah, we need to show up tonight and make a difference. So, like I said, Elliots, really impressive. It's knocked down by, according to Teklik, and 1-0 straight away. A long throw. I haven't done anything with throws. I don't bother with throws. They take them as they see them. I know some people do tactics and stuff for it, but I think they do. I don't bother. Throws are what they are. I just choose the best thrower, and that's it. And yeah, 1-0 up. Teklik. He's had a lot of grief lately. He hasn't played brilliantly at times, but overall, he's. I pick him every day. You know it. He is a good member of the squad, and like I said, a good win here today. We have struggled with goals. I've tweaked things a little bit. I've gone away from wing play because that was when we had the 2 defeats. We just looked really impotent against the better teams, and we're in again. And Joel, and he scored, and this is what we want to see. This is the sort of football. Nice play out wide, got the ball in, and Joel took his chance first time. 2-0. Oh, 18 minutes gone. That's a good start. So, I've gone off wing play. I'm back on the Genga press, believe it or not. I did try the tiki-taka for a few games, didn't like it. The passing wasn't there, and we weren't closing down, and we need to close down. Teams like Ipswich, you can't give them time on the ball. They will punish you. They have quality players up front. They wouldn't be in the Championship if they didn't. So yeah, and I just hope now we've got our back four together. They're playing really well. You see a lot of games we've won 1-0, whereas it could have gone the other way. And again, I'm lucky with my goalies. I've got 2 quality goalies again, both possibly Premiership standard. So yeah, it's looking good. And that's a penalty, referee. See, now to me that's a blatant penalty, and he's let it go on. And then you see them stumble, and he gives a penalty. But that's the game, I guess. And we got that again. That's nice tackling back by Clarkson, Vergara to Phillips. And yeah, we don't panic now. We play it about. We're patient. And it's funny when you try the different styles like Genga press, wing play, and that's 3-0. Oh yes, we're suddenly there. Teklik with his second of the game, and this is the first game I've gone back to the Genga press, guys. By the way, I've been persevering with tic-tac and wing play, trying to tweak it, but then I thought today we'd go with the Genga press against Ipswich because they're lower down the league. And maybe I haven't helped us. I'm saying the players aren't performing. Maybe it's the manager hasn't performed with some of his tactical choices. But 3-0 up at Ipswich in 40 minutes. I wasn't expecting that today. I really wasn't. And yeah, 4 shots, 4 on target, 3 goals. Can't really complain at that, can we, guys? So yeah, a good first half, solid. Red on screen. That's praise the guys. Second half. And yeah, we've got to defend, maybe hold on to this a little bit in the first half. They're going to come at us a bit, I'd imagine. Not do anything stupid, and that's a nice play. I'm guessing that's the press that forces them to play it back like that. So that's and they're through. And a cracking save by Bonsu when he's required. It was straight at him, but he still had to get in the way of the ball and and make the save. It could have bounced back off him into the middle of the goal, and Phillips with towers in the centre of the goal there and clears it. I would like to see a nice block there by the defender as well. Things are working well at the moment. And Ipswich, where they are, bottom of the table, but look at that crowd, guys. I'm struggling to get my ground 25% full every week, and they're bottom of the table with an absolute stormer of a crowd there. So you can tell we're doing well because our fitness levels are holding up well. So, and here we go again. Another goal now would really mean I could be a little bit. And it's there, 4-0. Oh, Hansen with a cracking header from quite deep in the box, really, from the back post. Had no right to score from there. The goalie will have to look at himself there. What's he done? He didn't get up. He wasn't commanding at all, was he? And what over the top of him there. Absolutely fantastic header from Hansen. So that's 4-0. I can chill now, and I'm going to bring Henrique on, I think, for the... And that's well defended. And I've only got 1 back. How come? I've normally got 2 back on corners, so I don't understand that. And now we can stop him. And yeah, 4-1. That's okay. Like I said, we're cruising. We're still comfortable. A little bit worried that he's played it right across the edge of our box and nobody's there. But I guess we maybe took the foot off the gas a little bit, or not concentrating like we should be. So we're going to make some changes now. I want to have a look at Henrique. He wants away. He wants to play for a bigger team. So let's start having you performing for us. I am going to rest Vergara. He's playing okay, but I'll give him a rest there. I want to get Nonto back a little bit fit. And he's going to replace Gordon. And there's one more I'd like to try and get DeFeo because he wants away. I could take Clarkson off and swap that around simply because Clarkson's on a yellow card. That's the only reason. So 4, just a case of injury. And that's nice. Yeah, we'll go with that. Let's see how Henrique can do in a team that's winning the game, whether it gives his confidence a little bit of a boost. Because again, looking at his stats, he should be scoring goals, but might be his age. I'm actually training him now in the attacking midfield roles, left and right. So he's going to be a good all-rounder. That's why I don't want to lose him. He's saying he wants away, so I'm going to have to try and fit him into my plan somewhere. But his passing and that's woeful at times. That's also his execution when it comes to scoring chances. He's done this. Is looking that's offside anyway, but the keeper swept it up. So I am going to praise the guys here because we don't get a chance to do that a lot in games. So when you do, you must do it. And yeah, this has been quite a comfortable result. I know they're down at the bottom of the table, but it's Ipswich. They're not a pushover. Back post, Bitsiabu just over the bar. Solid performance, so guys. I'm happy with this. It's nice to see with the Genga press that we're doing a lot of the things that I thought had suddenly dropped off our game. And again, you see, we're winning. When we're playing well, we don't get caught with these long balls over the top. The back 4 are well organised. They're pushing up. And yeah, 4-1. I'd have taken 1-0 at the start of the game, so I'm well happy with that. And this is going to be a win and a good performance. I don't always do I know a lot of people just go with what their assistant says, but I do if it's a tricky one. But when it's like that, then so we're comfortable in third. I would say comfortable actually. One defeat, we could drop out of the playoffs even. But you can see where we've dropped points. We've lost those few games. It's punished us with the top of the table Leeds, who are unbeaten unless they've lost today. No, they've brushed Norwich aside with no problems today. So Leeds and Stoke, two teams that we have to match really result-wise. The two Teklik goals in the last game cost me £1.4 million in a payment I had to make to Liverpool, as he'd scored 10 first-team goals. So yeah, quite an expensive couple of goals that, but I'd take it. 3 from 10, 8 from 36. He is a good player. You can see he's involved in quite a few of our opportunities, so quite happy with that. Just been moaned at by Tuchel, who is manager of Tottenham, would you believe, after leaving Chelsea. Bellingham's not playing enough. Bellingham's not playing enough because Bellingham's not good enough in the league at the moment, Nothing at all from him, although having said that, I probably haven't given him a fair crack at a whip. Tactic wise, where does he fit? He's not even on the bench. So if Ayer's not fit, so I do try to keep the managers of other teams happy when I'm doing loan players. I'm not sure whether it affects the ability to loan off other teams in the future, so I do try to keep them happy. So yeah, my goal scoring return's looking a bit healthier here after those 4 against Ipswich. We need to crack on and get a few more though. I'd like to see us with a very big goals for advantage over all our rivals, because that means you're doing everything right, doesn't it? So we're not going to make any changes for the start of this game. Tactics are the same. Like I said, I've gone to the Genga press, and all I do, guys, I just drop down and try different things on here. I don't really change too much of this, although it changes with that. I do try to keep this at shorter passing, higher tempo all the time for whichever one I'm playing anyway. Sometimes I might overlap left or right, but what I've got going on at the moment is working well. Don't bother too much with any of this. Always play for set pieces, simply because the board, when you get offered jobs, they moan if you're not trying to take advantage of set pieces. It all depends on whether you've brought a set piece expert, guys. If you're not, you can have 100 free kicks a game. If you don't score any of them, they're not going to say you're doing any good. They're not going to say you're ticking the box with the set pieces. In transition, this is simply always the same. That is every team I'm at. That is what I do. Okay. I rotate players to try and keep the fitness going. Sometimes non-league. If I've got a load of cart horses, then obviously I might need to look at one of these. But when possession's been lost, I always counter press, because that's the best chance of getting the ball back is just after you've lost it. So, in my opinion, not always right, and I always play a bit Kloppish, I guess. Always play a higher defensive line. It's easier as you go up the leagues because your players have got more pace, more fitness. The physical stats are much better as you move up the leagues. But if you've noticed from my Hereford part of this save, the physical stats were always the important part of any player. I wasn't worried about his passing, his goal scoring, or anything like that. The physical stats all had to be, or the majority of them, for what I wanted, had to be double figures. So just quickly then, I've swapped Carlson into goal today. Ellison, Phillips, Vergara and Madros across the back 4. No need to make any changes there. Clarkson still holding the position there. Boarded Gagu and Hansen, the other 2 midfield players. This is working nice for me at the moment. I see no reason to change it. I've got an advanced playmaker, a deep line playmaker and a ball-winning midfielder, and it seems to be working, so I'm not going to change that. Teklik's left, Gordon's right. Nonto is knocking on the door for Gordon's spot. But Gordon's got 3 goals, Nonto's got 4, so they're pretty evenly matched. And then Joel up front. Joel's still pretty much, I want to see some more goals out of him. I've got 4 from 7 at the moment, so I'm happy with that, because he picked one up in the last game. He needs to stay sort of a goal a game for me, at least, or somewhere near. So that's the team for today. Bournemouth should be a bit more difficult than the Ipswich game, and I was a bit worried about playing away at the Ipswich game, I've got to be honest. So yeah, be interested to see how we perform against better opposition. And as I said, Ipswich, bottom of the table, packed stands. I'm third in the league. And there's not a lot of bottoms on seats, is there? I suppose it's a bigger ground, arguably, so they're spread out more, but I'm looking at about 15k for home game attendance, and I'd like to see more than that, to be honest. Get some money, because like I said, we're not really a club in a lot of debt, but we're not making a lot of money either, and the projection is that we're going to lose money over the coming seasons, so that's something we need to address. And I guess performances on the pitch will enable that. So Bordadagu to Gordon, back to Elliotson, Bordadagu again, time on the ball. This is what I like. We're so patient in our build-up, and we're knocking it around and taking no chances, but they're not pressing, which I'm surprised. And Teklik's got wide, he's got past his man, he's in form at the moment, this guy. If he can get a good cross in, Joe was there with the header, and that's another goal. Oh, it's coming together, guys. Got out wide, got the ball in, header at the far post. And that's 1-0 to the Blackburn. Come on, you Rovers. So yeah, Teklik, like I said, he's in form at the minute. He's good cross. Well, it wasn't back post. Goal was in the back post, but the header was near post. That was a fantastic pick out by Teklik, and Joel applied the finish. Like I said all along, I think Joel's got the ability. It's just getting it out of him. So fingers crossed. I have had a chat with him offline about he needs to improve, and it does seem to be working. I've told him I'm disappointed with his performances. He didn't like it, but sometimes. And yeah, 33 minutes gone then, 1-0 up. They're not getting a lot of joy, are they, in front of goal? So that's how it should stay. Or I want it to stay. Teklik's picking fitness out, so that could be Nonto's way back in. Dressing room half time. Yeah, we've dominated the first half. How long may it continue? So we're gonna praise these here. That was a very good first half performance. It was. Don't always go with what the assistant tells you. What you know how your team's playing, so tell him. Teklik again, and this is what I like, the passing and the. When you think I'm playing at high tempo, but we still take the time to do this, it's pleasing to watch. Teklik again, can he do it? No, he's come back inside, playing safe, keeping the ball. Clarkson over the top, nobody's there. Are we going to pick up second ball? No. So it is only 1-0, so we cannot really afford to, give them too many opportunities here. And that's good. Just closing down. Oh, I thought they'd made the mistake there and given it away. Now this is a worry. It's wide. I suppose you could say we defended that well. They had a chance, but it was from distance. And I think I'm going to get on the hour. I'm probably going to take Teklik off. I don't want to run him into the ground. So we get Teklik off, bring Nonto on. Joel's got his goal, so I'm actually going to give Henrique a run out and see how he does for the last. Give him half an hour. And I want to encourage, but I'm not sure what it'll do to the team if I do. Not the best. So we're on 76. I've missed me uninterested after the feedback. I thought sometimes you've got to try them to see, haven't you? So I want to get DeFeo in. I'm just going to give Bellingham a bit of a run. This is a bit of a worry. I could be throwing away the game here, guys. It is only 1-0. But we're 77 minutes. We're not giving up a lot, so hopefully the changes in the midfield aren't going to make too much of a difference. And it has, hasn't it? Straight away they've equalised. Silly me. So now I'm going to have to demand more and go attacking and hope it's not too late to pull something out from this. Okay. Nothing I can do about it now. It's 1-1. So I'm happy with that we didn't lose. But I am disappointed that we should have won it. It's probably not their fault though, is it? So yeah, 1-1. That's we've dropped to 4th. Stoke, Blackpool and Leeds. I'm a bit Well, this is all right at the minute. We're only a point off promotion place. I think Leeds, they've probably won again, haven't they? I think Leeds are running away with it. They've beat Stoke, so yeah. This could be a bit of a... So yeah, guys, that's the end of it for today. That's my save. Two goodish games. Performance was there. Result maybe wasn't in the second game. That's probably I got to hold my hands up, and that was down to me. But thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please leave us a like and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And we'll see you for the next episode. Thank you very much.